Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about how to set up a Schoology test. So we're in Schoology, and under the Add Materials button of one of your courses, you'll go to Add Test Quiz. This is the lime green puzzle piece. And first thing first, give your test a name. Maybe this is our Chapter 10 test. And give your test a due date. The due date helps students see when upcoming assignments are, and it's very helpful. And then assign them a grading category. I talked about those during my gradebook video if you need to go back and take a look at how to set those up. You can also individually assign this test, which I did talk about in one of my other videos about Schoology grading groups. So let's create our test. And I have some tabs along the top. The questions tab obviously is where you'll add questions. The settings tab is very important. This is where you will type your test instructions. You can see all the tools here that you could use in the instructions if you needed to. You can embed links, insert content like YouTube videos or pictures, things like that, into the instructions. This one is important to make note of, submissions. All of the tests are set up to be disabled, which means they do not accept student submissions unless you're ready for them to. So either on the day of the test, change this to enable, or you could enable from until and just set up a window for the students to take the test. So the from date is when the test will automatically open up, and then the until date and time is when the test will close. So you could set a window of a day, an hour, a few days. It's up to you. You can also set a time limit on the test. If you don't want students to be able to go back and forth through the test, you're going to want to set paging right here to one question per page with no question review. That will disallow them or disable them from paging back and forth through the questions. View submissions, you may want to take a look at this setting as well. This, yes, allows students to, after they take the test, to go back in, open it up, and see which questions they got wrong. The yes with correct answers will allow students to go back into their test and see not only which questions they might have gotten wrong, but which options were the correct answer options and which ones were the incorrect answer options. So it's up to you whether you want to allow them to see those types of things after they take the test. Under the questions tab is where we'll actually start building our test. So you can add a true false question, pretty straightforward. And true false are already pre-populated down here. And then you would choose the correct answer, whether it's true or false. And then create the question. The multiple choice allows for one or multiple correct answers. So here's my question, and then you can set up your answers here. Now, if there are multiple correct answers, simply check mark multiple boxes. You can also randomize choices by checking this randomized choice box and allow partial credit. If they get one right but not the other, they can get some points. You can also make this a timed question. So you can allow them 30 seconds or 1 minute to answer each question. And then, of course, you can change the point value here as well. Another thing you can do in these questions is the insert content button. Don't forget about this button. It's a great place to insert media like images or links. So for example, if I wanted to attach a file that I have, and I could do that. If I wanted to attach pictures in the answer choices, Click on an answer choice or hover over an answer choice, and you should see a little tiny, let me zoom in here, little tiny edit pencil that allows you to then insert images from your computer into the actual answers. So now I have a picture down here. Save or create the question when you're done. The other question types, we have ordering questions. Let me take a minute and set this up. So when students go to take that one, let me hit the preview button here in one of these tabs at the top so you can see what that looks like. Students can then drag these into the appropriate order. That is what the order question looks like. Go back to my questions here. You can also do short answer questions or essay questions. So these are just open-ended questions that you can insert into your test. You can put a character limit on it. You can allow students to video record themselves giving their answer if that's okay with you. And then the fill in the blank. So the fill in the blank question needs to have a single underscore to create a blank. So let me set up a question here. We're just going to do a simple 2 plus 2 equals, and then our blank needs to be an underscore. Now, if you want to have multiple blanks in your question, simply add more underscores. So maybe 3 plus 3 equals underscore. So now I have 2 blanks in my test. So answer 1, the answer is 4, but I can also accept multiple versions of 4. For example, FOUR if a student types the answer. And the next one is either going to be a 6 or a SciX. So you can choose different answer options that you will accept as correct. You can allow partial credit. You can stick in a word bank if that helps them spell things. It's already defaulted to allow capitalized or uncapitalized words as correct, but if you want it to be case sensitive, you might want to check the case sensitive box. The last question type is matching, and here you will simply set up the items to be matched. When the students come upon this question in the test, the items will be scrambled for them. So let's preview this. This is what the students will see. They can come in here, reorder things, fill in the blanks, and then do the matching here. There we go. And then they can submit their test. And everything will automatically be graded, except for if you did an open-ended response, you would need to grade that. You would look at the student's results right here under the Results tab. This is where you can actually view all of their attempts. You can open up their test by clicking on View Attempts, and you can see what they submitted and what they chose for each answer, and you can then grade those items that you have to manually grade. You can also go into the grade book and view their scores as well. So the scores will go right into the grade book. So that is how you create a very basic test in Schoology. Thanks for watching.